In the future, if there is a problem, you won't go off half-cocked.
You just keep your guys in mind, mate, okay? And then I won't have to do it for you.
You there yet? No, you impatient.
So Gary and Ray are on a road trip. What adventures are the two lads going to get up to in this episode?
Why not? Because it's a fucking surprise. That's the whole point of a surprise.
I don't like Gary's surprises. If I was Ray, I'd be very suspicious at this point in time.
Well, you'll fucking like this one.
Yeah, we'll see.
You'll like this one.
Yeah, we'll see.
The last two surprises Gary gave Ray were a dead, alive brother-in-law and a Golden Showers DVD where he ended up being called Mr. Pee-Pee Guy.
Close your eyes. They're closed. Put your hands out.
Oh, he's giving him a gun. Is that a Sten gun?
Hey, you like surprises now? Hey?
The Sten gun wasn't a great gun, though.
That's a Sterling.
No, that's a Patchet.
What's a patchet? I actually never heard of a patchet.
Better than the Sten. Pretty much won us World War II. It'll blow your fucking head off.
Okay, so Ray must like antique guns, and Gary has got him this as a thank you, this Pratchett gun, which I've never heard of. If anyone knows anything about it, let me know in the comments, please. I am interested in military history, so I would appreciate it. I do know about the Sten, but as I said, the Sten was pretty crap. It was made in toy factories during World War II, standard issue for the British Army, but because it had so many plastic parts, it melted, it jammed. I presume the Pratchett then was an Australian version which was made of steel and therefore much better. But again, let me know. I don't know. Well, that was nice of Gary to give Ray an antique gun, which he obviously appreciates.
Would you rather have great sex or great food?
Easy. Great food. Great sex lasts for a couple of moments, gone. Great food, you'll remember it forever. I'm showing my age.
What's about sex?
Oh, that's the sex I have with you.
Ah.
I like Ali. Good one.
All right, if you're going to have the great food, then you've got to have bad sex, like some stinky, crusty old granny.
I've changed my mind. I want the I want the good sex.
What's bad food?
I don't know, what's a food you don't like?
Sandwiches.
Who doesn't like sandwiches?
Exactly. Who doesn't like sandwiches? It's just two lumps of bread and you can put anything you do like in the middle of it.
What is a raw sandwich?
Ray's mental.
Bit of bread with some shit in it.
Yeah, all right.
He only likes toasted sandwiches, and anything that's not toasted he considers raw. Okay? Everyone has their thing. So are Freddie and Ray going for the sit down for the guys that Ray beat up in episode 2, which turned out to be the crew of Freddie's son's brother-in-law. Or Freddie's son-in-law's brother, sorry. In my opinion, Ray's got nothing to apologise for here.
Ray, Davros. There you go, mate.
So Davros being a prick straight away, he's not even shaking Ray's hand.
Did Freddie explain why I wanted to see you?
Yeah.
And did Freddie explain, Davros, why I didn't want to see you? That's what I'd be saying if I was Ray.
So how is your friend?
It's been better.
Better than your friend, Stavros.
No hard feelings.
Well, I'm afraid there are hard feelings.
Well, tough shit, Davros. Your guys pulled off a crooked deal and got dealt with.
You can't go around bashing my guys.
But your guys can go around bashing my friends, can they?
Exactly, Davros. Stop being a dick.
I know you and Freddie are friends. And out of respect for Freddie, my guys wouldn't have done what they did had they known.
But they do know now, and they got dealt with, so deal with it, Davros. Move on, mate.
Did you know Freddie and I are family?
I like the way Ray is looking at him cold. I don't care, Davros. You don't scare me, mate. Ray's a cool dude.
You just keep your guys in mind, mate, okay? And then I won't have to do it for you.
I like that answer from Ray. Davros is messing with the wrong dude. I told you, Ray has his code of honor. He's tough and cold as ice. If Davros wants to start a war with Ray, I'm putting money on Ray.
Don't even think about it.
Trust me, don't even think about it.
That's good advice from Freddie there, Davros. Take it, mate. Something tells me, though, Davros is going, this guy disrespected me, so I'm going to sort him out, which will be a mistake. And I have a feeling he'll live to regret it. So Ray obviously doesn't get on with the ex-wife and her new fella because they're standing on one side of the football field and he's on the other, or volleyball field, whatever that was. Ray just picking up a few beers for the evening?
What are these idiots doing? Having a good old fucking chit-chat.
That's really annoying when someone blocks you in like that. If you want to talk, mate, move along. Don't block me in, you know? I'd be the same, unfortunately. Maybe I'm too like Ray for my own good.
What's your problem, dickhead?
What's my problem? Fucking give you one of those, you fucking little turd. There you
And there Ray sorted him out again, but first time Ali has seen this, so how's she going to react? She doesn't know this side of Ray.
What? What the fuck? Let's get in the car, love. Get in.
Yeah, I think Ali's in shock. She really didn't expect that from Ray, and she doesn't know how to react. Will she jump him now?
Hey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, here we go. The woman wants to talk, Ray. You're in trouble.
Like, you were really violent. And it bothers me.
What was I supposed to do?
Which is a good question. What are you supposed to do? Take it and let them beat you?
You could have at least tried to talk to the guy, you know? Maybe tried to diffuse a situation.
But why do women always say this? Diffuse a situation you didn't start.
I mean, one-on-one, yeah, sure. But two-on-one, it's just too risky.
100%. Ray is right.
And you're there, I don't want you getting hurt, so...
I do agree with Ray. He's right. Can't disagree with him. And to be fair, she isn't coming up with a good counter-argument.
Ray,
Ray's back in his anger management group. Is he going to bring this up?
if you had to guess, how many people would you say that you've assaulted?
Heaps.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Fine, had it coming, so...
No regrets. Dead right, Ray.
I mean, I'm pretty big on just respect, so... Like, if you respect me, I respect you.
That's that code of honor I was talking about that Ray has.
Well, let's talk about the most recent assault, the one with the two youths.
That's not the most recent assault.
They weren't you, so like in their 20s.
Well, let's call them young men then.
Let's do, because that's what they were, dickhead.
She had an ice cream and, you know, dropped her ice cream and...
So you assaulted him.
And they never even apologised, so he was right to actually go at them.
So you bashed him while your daughter was just standing there.
No, he put the daughter in the car, guy.
Okay, well, how did you feel afterwards?
Great. No problem. I am too like Ray for my own good. Except I'm not a hitman.
You know, if I hit somebody, I generally got a pretty good reason.
And you think you had a good reason?
Exactly. Again, this hippie guy is offering no counter-argument.
The world is full of assholes, Ray. You do realise that?
Yeah, and you know what?
Yes, we all know that. That doesn't mean they get to be assholes just because they feel like it.
So if you're in jail, right, and you fuck with somebody, you disrespect somebody, you can end up dead. But out here in the real world, there's no consequences.
And there should be. Again, I find myself agreeing with Ray here.
So next time these two pricks are walking down the street and they start thinking, oh, we might go and with somebody, they're going to think twice about it, which is good for everybody.
100% right, Ray. He's actually helped out society.
Well, I guess on behalf of society, I should say thank you.
You should do, actually. And I'm genuinely being serious. Back in my day, the cops used to give you a clip around the head or a kick up the arse or a bit of a beating. Your parents would kill you if anyone said you'd been messing around or stealing. Nowadays, kids get away with everything.
Hi.
Hello, Brittany. I'm Ali.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Always an awkward one, bringing the new girlfriend to meet your daughter. A situation I've been in myself in the past, before I got married.
Top shelf. How she ended up with you?
Oh, I like Bruce. He's got a good sense of humour.
Are you gonna marry my dad?
And there's the kid in, straight with the direct question. No messing about. You have to love that. Ray's after getting up for a smoke, but it seems like his spidey sense is going off. Has Davros sent some guys to his house? He seems to be thinking someone's watching him. And someone is. He's seen the two guys in the van with his night vision. So he's got on body armor and he's getting in the car, so he must be going to do a runner to get them away from Ali. And do what? So where is Ray leading them? Obviously, he's the predator, so he's leading them into some sort of trap or some place he knows he can get them. So there appears to be two vehicles following Ray, the van and this car. So he's actually dealing with more than he bargained for here, it looks like. So he seems to have brought them or lured them into some sort of industrial estate. Maybe Ray has a stash of weapons here or something? Okay, he's using the Pratchett machine gun that his friend Gary got him. So he's probably just going to shoot up the van and the car then. Guess I was right. Why the hell do gangsters always do this side shooting thing? It's ridiculous. It's useless. It's a bad way to shoot. Your aim is not accurate, etc., etc. So that's the van taken care of, but where are the other two guys? There was another car. Well, I'm assuming two guys, could be more. Okay, so here comes the car. Ray's hiding behind the van with the automatic machine gun, waiting for them. And Ray's pretty much shot that car up to death, and I doubt anyone's still alive in there. So has Ray now just kicked off a gang war between Freddy and his son-in-law's brothers, crime gang? Will Freddy back Ray in this? Because they came after Ray. Ray didn't go after them. Ray shook hands with Davros and sat down with him even though he didn't want to. So Freddy should have Ray's back here and should be going to the son-in-law. Sort yourself out, man. That was bad form. You agreed not to pursue him.
Where have you been?
Running out of smokes.
What's that smell?
And again, we see that cold, clinical, sociopathic side of Ray. He just literally killed at least 4 people. Doesn't bother him. Straight back to Ali. Can tell a lie. Just back into bed and probably sleep like a baby. Hey guys, that was episode 3 and episode 4 of Mr. In-Between. Again, I really love both of those episodes. We've seen a good mix of action and comedy. It looks like Gary is going to be the running comic foil for Ray throughout this series because Gary seems to get in the most ridiculous situations. Episode 1 and 2, we've seen the whole Golden Showers DVD. Episode 3 and 4, we've seen the whole thing with his brother-in-law. Being dead, not being dead, and again the Golden Showers DVD. So it looks like Gary is kind of the comedic character to the straight man of Ray in this series. Again, we've seen something interesting happening here in episode 4 particularly. We've seen the potential war kick off with Davros, who's Freddy's son-in-law's brother. And Freddy is Ray's boss. And Freddy tried to arrange to sit down to smooth things over, but obviously Davros wasn't having it. He wanted to play the hard guy. He decided to come after Ray, even though Freddy warned him, you're messing with the wrong guy, which he was. And Ray calmly and coolly took out all the guys that were sent to kill him by Davros. At least 4 guys. And he dealt with the business. But the problem is that's now going to have repercussions with Freddy and with Davros. So what does Ray do and what does Freddy do? Who does he back in this situation? To be honest, it's hard when family's involved, but if I was Freddy, I'd back Ray because Ray has done nothing wrong. He defended his friend when the guys did a crooked deal, and he defended himself when these guys came to kill him. What was he supposed to do? Lie down and take it? It was also really interesting what Ray said in the anger management group, which he's been forced to attend very much against his will by the court for bashing the guys in episode 1. He said that, you know, society just expects assholes to go around being assholes and you're the one that's supposed to adapt to them. I really agree with that statement, and I'm not sure what that says about me, but I actually do, because we put up with too much in society. Society is meant to be for the greater good, and society for some reason has recently turned into all about the individual, and it's not about the individual. And the individual needs to fit in with societal norms. By and large, that's how a functioning society works. You will always have exceptions, and it's fine to have exceptions, but those exceptions should not dominate society's norms. And essentially, that's what Ray was trying to say. You fit in and you respect. Again, not sure what that says about me, but I do believe that. I do believe Ray has a serious point here. But enough of me ranting about agreeing with Ray and the implications of that for my own mental state. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. I'd actually be interested to hear what people think about Ray's point on society there. But anyway, guys, that was episode 3 and 4, as I said. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I hope you continue to watch my reactions to Mr. In Between. And join me next week for episodes 5 and 6. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, and God bless. Bye.